Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Check, check, check.
Basically, the second report. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't out there. Actually, I think it was my kitchen first.
I don't like to lose it. It's not it. It does because I have a little bit extra in my file. Like I mentioned, he does watch out. I might die.
Somebody in the booth, can you get a mic check from the Sheriff's Department? Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Hey, mic check, mic check. Hey, can you guys give me a mic check from the Sheriff's Department? Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Mic check, mic check. Good, thank you.
Everybody can give me a thumbs up when y'all ready. One second here. Just so you know, at some point we're going to be showing about 5 minutes of video on the screen here. Be able to pivot over.
Any graphic we should know about?
No, we cut anything graphic out. So we're going to shift that. I'm going to try to talk you through it. We cut out the audio, so we'll try to talk you through it.
So you got me? We're going to take you live at 4 o'clock, so if you just give us like 30 more seconds.
That's fine. I like that.
Hey, producer, can you hear me? Sorry, they're not responding to that.
My phone's showing 4 o'clock.
Yeah, literally, we just got into headlines ourselves. It sounds like the Attorney General's also holding a press conference, so I'm not really sure who they're going to first.
Really? Yeah, he just called me. I missed his call.
And you're hot.
Ready?
Yes, yeah, sure.
All right, we want to go and get started. It's 4 o'clock. Start out by thanking everybody for coming here today. This is, anytime I call you out here, it's usually something important we want to share with the public, and we try to be as transparent as we can. This is an incident that took place on May 8th of 2025. And along the way, I'm going to explain to you why it took so long that we're releasing information on this. But there was a pursuit that took place in Kershaw County on Providence Road near Boutreau Lane in Cassett. It started at about 10:58 a.m. on May 8th, and it ended at 11:09 a.m. on the same day. Went throughout a lot of areas of Cassett. At the time of the, and it was a forced stop, a deputy forced. I'm getting ready to show you the video of what took place, but from the time the stop happened at 11:09, EMS was immediately called to the scene, and they arrived at 11:15. A suspect was talking. He was talking to us. Highway Patrol was called, as we do with any accident. We call Highway Patrol to come out and investigate. And the suspect was later flown to the hospital with the deputy, and he was talking on the trip to the hospital. We actually typed warrants up on him later on that day, or it might have been the next morning that we got the warrant signed on him. I'm not sure whether it was that day or the next day. anticipating him getting out of the hospital relatively soon. He took a turn for the worse. His condition got worse, unfortunately, and as days went on and we kept checking the progress of him, it wasn't looking good. So on May 21st, outside of Highway Patrol, we also contacted SLED to investigate it, because we do have a policy at the Sheriff's Office. If there's any serious injury or death, then SLED, we call them in regardless of circumstances to investigate, and that's by policy protocol that we do. So SLED was notified on May 21st. We got the bad news that we were hoping we wasn't going to get on June 19th, this past Thursday. The coroner's office was notified by the hospital that our suspect had passed away. Again, very unfortunate news, something we really wasn't expecting, but unfortunately it did happen on July 19th, which changed SLED's investigation to in-custody death investigation. I think that's how they title it at this point here. And SLED has all the evidence, and SLED is the lead on this investigation. I don't want to just punt everything over to SLED and just dump it all on them, so I want to share with the public as much as I can. So I'm going to be limited on what I can share because the investigation is still ongoing, but I think after seeing the video, y'all going to have a pretty good idea of what is happening. As always in Kershaw County, the identification of anybody that passes, we always leave that to our coroner, so we know for a fact the coroner has made contact with all the family. And speaking of family, the video you're about to see has been reviewed by the family before we show it to the public. That was something we felt was the most respectful thing to do. So they have seen the video you're about to see. And I'm going to let the coroner come up at this time and identify our suspect.
The deceased was Antoine Washington. He was 38 years old, black male, from the Cassett area. He was pronounced at 7:04 p.m. on the 19th, June the 19th. That's all I had to say about it.
Okay. I want to go ahead and direct your cameras over to the screen here. We're going to show you the video. Again, it's about 5 minutes. There's going to be no sound to it. I'm going to try to talk you through as we go. You go ahead and hit play. This is a marked police truck coming this way, and he's the closest one with a dash cam in. So we're using his dash camera as he arrives. Is it playing?
Good?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to talk while it's playing. He's arriving here at the scene, and you'll see this is the vehicle we're chasing coming. He turns off there down another dirt road. They were on a dirt road at this point here. Again, this is a fully marked truck. The first chase vehicle is unmarked. This one is a fully marked, and the first one does not have a dash cam in it. Pretty rough terrain they're going through, a dirt road. And I don't want to fast forward through anything because I want you to see everything that's going on here just as we were seeing it throughout the chase. The deputies are calling ahead, trying to get stop sticks down to deflate the tires, which is what we normally do. That might not end a chase, but it'll definitely slow it down if we can deflate the tires. So we were making every effort to do that, but he keeps turning on so many different roads that we couldn't get a deputy ahead. We didn't know which way he was going. We couldn't get a deputy ahead to the stop sticks. Here he's crossing over Highway 1 at a stop sign. And it's not a four-way stop, but you'll see how he goes through there, and fortunately nobody was coming through at that time. Now the speeds, I think the speeds got up to probably 85 miles per hour. I think was about the fastest that pursuit took us. Now we commonly try to use stop sticks. Again, we were trying to get somebody ahead and weren't able to do it in this case here, where we were even able to try to stop sticks. At some point you'll see them when they get slowed down enough, that we try to surround the vehicle and do what's called a rolling roadblock, where we try to slow the vehicle down as it's going. And that proved unsuccessful, and you'll see here. And making a turn. And you see our deputy here, he's trying to he's trying to take out his rear end, try to use a pit maneuver here on this dirt. When they first got started, wasn't able to get there. And he's not giving him the opportunity to get around him to try to do the rolling roadblock. And from beginning to end, we're looking at about 10, 11 minutes the entire chase, which is pretty lengthy. Usually they don't last that long. But as you see out in the country here, you're on very rural roads, not even paved roads a lot of times we're driving here.
Sheriff, I'm sorry if I missed it, but can you tell us again, if I did, why you guys initiated this?
It was speeding. He was speeding, and the deputy behind him, the one in the white Tahoe in front of the dash cam we're watching, he spotted the vehicle speeding on Providence, I think it was, and turned his blue lights on, and he refused to stop. And
had you been able to identify him at that point, who this person was?
we had an idea of who it was. I don't know that anybody positively knew who he was.
So at this point, where are they right now?
This is on, I think they're on Sherrall Road right now. This is still in Cassett.
And I'm sure, was it just for speeding, or was there other reasons?
No, that was, the stop was for speeding. And then but when he didn't stop, then they continued to pursue. And as you see, the road conditions are good. It's daylight. You don't see much traffic coming around. You will see a vehicle or two pass by. In conditions like this, is we let our deputies chase a little bit longer than we would on a speeding. Here you see him pulling around to do the rolling roadblock. So he's going to get in front of him here. And we've got another vehicle that you can't see that's behind the white one that's pulling up, and they're boxing him in, and they're successful. They're getting the speed slowed down, as you see, coming along, but then you'll see he'll take a left-hand turn a little bit further up here to try to get out of the boxed-in and if you'll see when he comes out, he actually rubs the front of our deputy's vehicle getting out. And I don't think he was trying to hit our deputy. I think he was just trying to get away. at that point there, we've tried everything, and that's when the deputy done a forced stop. And he left the road. And that's where we're at today. Said at the scene, he was it's a pretty bad injury. I mean, we don't fly people off if it wasn't a bad enough incident. But he was talking. We did have a deputy that was on the helicopter flying with him. He was talking on the helicopter. We got to the hospital, and we thought he was going to do better than he did. And unfortunately, for everyone, that he didn't make it.
Aside from him alluding for the speeding, did you guys have any reason to believe he might have posed a larger threat to the public? Is that why? Is there any reason why you kept pursuing him?
We did. I don't want to go into much details, but yeah, we did. If it was the person that we were suspecting was inside of the vehicle, we did have previous encounters with him, and we took him as a danger to the community.
Any open warrants for him at all, would you say?
We signed warrants after this incident, but at the time, I don't think we had warrants while we were chasing the vehicle. And again, I don't know that we were 100% sure who was in the vehicle. Some of the guys chasing thought they knew who was in the vehicle, but I can't say that anybody positively knew who was in the vehicle.
But did it turn out to be that person?
Yes, it did turn out to be the one they suspected. It did.
And so obviously it's been a few weeks since this happened. So if you could talk about maybe the delay in letting the public and the media know as well.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to point out here. So I want to try to get on the timeline why it was so important that when it first happened, he's talking at the scene, he's talking during the flight over to the hospital, and we were so sure he was going to be getting out soon that we rushed to get the arrest warrant signed. So when he got out of the hospital, we could take him into custody. We had a deputy that rode with him over to the hospital in case he did get out immediately. But as the days went on, he took a turn for the worse. And I'm not going to go much into the medical side of it, and really don't know all the medical part of it, but he definitely took a turn for the worse, and we kept checking on him from day to day, and we realized that this was something pretty serious, and that's when we decided to not only have highway patrol, we was also going to call SLED, and that's in our policy. There's no law requiring it, but it's in our sheriff's office policy to contact SLED if there's any kind of serious injury or death from any law enforcement action.
In the short conversation the deputies had, did he ever say why he was speeding or what he was running for?
No. We found stuff in the car that he shouldn't have had, but he didn't go into. I mean, the conversation between them was basically, "Are you okay?" and that kind of stuff. It was more trying to tend to him his medical needs, and wouldn't. I don't think anybody even asked him why he was running. It was more of a, hey, are you okay? Did you where you hurting at, kind of stuff. And
Can you talk about what you found in the car?
I'd rather not talk about that right now because he's deceased. Those charges will never be served on him, and I have a. I really feel for the family, and I'm sure everybody in this room feels for the family and what they're going through right now, and they've got a lot of questions, and all the answers will be available after SLED gets done investigating. It's like we don't ever investigate our own stuff here. We always reach out because we're a pretty small department, and I don't expect the public to trust us to investigate our own actions, so we always contact SLED or Highway Patrol or an outside agency when anything we do is in question.
I'm sorry.
Now, and from what I'm seeing, anytime we start talking about chases, I always try to remind the public that, people don't run because we're chasing them. We chase them because they're running. And this is an incident where when we forcibly stop somebody, it's not to hurt them at all. It's to keep them from hurting the public. And this is a key example of this. The way he was driving, and when he come over Highway 1, and the way he was driving, even though there was a few vehicles out there, at any time he could have hurt somebody else, and we didn't want him to hurt anybody else. So again, we don't ever forcibly stop a vehicle to hurt the person inside. We forcibly stop them to keep them from hurting somebody else.
I know you said you didn't want to say what you found in the car, and I'm sorry again if I missed this, but can you tell us what the warrants were that you guys were writing?
Yeah, I'll give y'all a copy of that. I got a little part of an incident report here that'll have that on it, but I'd rather not, live on the air out of respect for the family. And again, we did bring the family in, and we spoke to the family. We let them watch the video and let them know that we were doing this press conference, and You know, it's tough for them, you know, because they had absolutely nothing to do with what took place. But they've got a lost family member now that they're mourning, and it's tough on them.
He was at a fairly high rate of speed in his chase. Do you know how fast he was going when he got pulled over, or when they attempted to pull him over? How fast was he going?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it in the report?
No. And I don't think he was like, you know, the fastest this chase got up to, I think, was 85, but I don't think he was doing 85 when he was speeding. When he was clocked speeding, I don't think he was at that speed. I mean, he wasn't like flying down the road, but it was a speeding, and you know, our guys was chasing him because he wasn't stopping.
Are you able to elaborate on the cause of death at all?
I don't know. I don't know what the cause of death is. I don't know if the coroner can go into it now.
Still pending.
Yeah, it's still pending.
Coroner, can you one more time give us the name of that gentleman and his age and how to spell his name?
Antoine is ANTWAN. Washington's WASHINGTON. He's 38 years old, and he's from the Cassett area.
All right. Well, I think that'll conclude what we have here. And again, I got a brief report here. It really doesn't have much of a narrative, but it does have some of the questions you ask, and I'll share that with everybody. But again, thank you for coming out.